Hey, welcome back to the channel, everyone. It's another Mountain Dew Game Fuel Q&A, and for the first time in a while, you guys have been asking for players. We got Wolf back on the channel. What's up, Wolf?
What's going on, man? Happy to be back. Make some videos.
How's the offseason been going so far?
It's good. Been enjoying the new next-gen consoles. The load screens are nice. The gameplay is different. Been having a blast. So
yeah, and like I said, guys, Game Fuel, right? It's Game Fuel. I got mine lined up here.
You're locked.
Free watermelon. Y'all got to test out every flavor in the link below. You guys can go over and get yourself like a variety pack. Yo, guys, what's your flavor while I drink this? Sugar-free.
Berry blast for me.
mine's I'm orange type of
Orange.
Yes.
I always forget the orange name. I can
it's
never
orange
remember what that one
something.
is. Like Storm. It might be something Storm. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's fire.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let us know in the comments if you've tried Game Fuel. What's your favorite flavor? Let's go ahead and get into the questions. We got quite a few lined up on YouTube and on Instagram. To start off with, from Aiden Cora, they ask, what are your thoughts, Wolf, on 80-plus badge builds out there that lack key attributes like interior defense?
Well, I mean, you hit it on the head. There's always some catch, you know. You have 80 badges, but you might miss close shot, or you might miss interior defense. Or I haven't seen some badges, some builds with 0 steal, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I've seen some builds because steal. People who haven't messed around with my player builder, steal and close shot, like those certain attributes don't give you many badges, but they take a lot of overall because they take a lot of points to go up. So. But some people just deal without them, and I'm not that person. I like to have a balance. I think, you know, the badges are nice and all, but my recommendation would be try to plan out what badges you want and find the thresholds and then max out the most important attributes in that category. So
I was talking with Rudy this morning, Wolf, about the steal attribute and how good bump steals are in this game too. So like.
Yeah.
I would be scared. You'd miss a lot of bump steals and maybe some crazy animations if you don't put steal up at all. So
that, and also passing lanes in next gen are not as good as people.
Right.
You know, you can't play sweet spot no more. So if you have a 25 steal, good luck, you know, trying to steal a passing lane pass. They're already tough. So
speaking of badges, Campion Black asks, with all the new badges, what's your defensive badge tier list? Why don't you rattle off a couple of defensive badges you're high on?
Yeah, so I mean, you're gonna have your typical ones like pick dodger, pickpocket, intimidator, clamps, which been in 2K for the past I guess a year or two. So I mean, those are always gonna be the same when you're playing lockdown or rim protector, chase down, same. But a few of the new ones that I really like. There's one called, I think, ankle braces, which kind of limit the amount of ankle breakers your player gets. Now, don't get me wrong, I still get my ankles broken somehow. I have it on Hall of Fame. It happens, but not as much as usual, so I'll take it, you know. But and another one, too, that I really like, and I have it on Hall of Fame, is a Hot Stopper. And basically, that's kind of like anytime I make a defensive play, it boosts my takeover. So if I get a steal, and I was labbing it for a while. If I get a steal, I get a block. If I get a good shot contest, and if I get a bump that makes them pick up the ball, my takeover goes super high really quick. And then I pair them with other badges that like boost your takeover, like Hot Start for shooting. And then I have the Heat Seeker in the paint. So like anything I do, my takeover goes up. So if I get a steal and a dunk, I have badge. So it's pretty cool. Pretty good to combo those together.
Yeah, this year you get primary and secondary takeovers. So are you using a lot of defensive takeovers on your locks, or are you mixing and matching?
Right now I have extreme clamps, which gives you more bump, but I want to lab the other ones, but unfortunately we can't change takeover now because I guess it's bugged or something. But I have extreme clamps, and I have advanced finishing. It's like the slasher one.
Is your primary extreme clamps?
Yeah.
Wolf, when you are trying to get your takeover, right now, how often do you just activate clamps, and how often do you wait and actually do the slashing takeover too?
It depends how close I am to the slashing. But let's say I try to activate my clamps like late in the quarter, like 2 minutes or 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so I have it the whole quarter. So kind of right away, to be honest, unless I'm close to the slashing one.
Gotcha.
What do you think a typical lock build looks like this year for Pro-Am? All the key attributes on offense with no playmaking, but also from Money Moss, he's asking what's the best lock build for Pro-Am. So where do you think you are with lock builds, especially looking at Pro-Am or competitive?
So the thing about locks, like I try to make a smaller one this year just to like have as much speed as possible, but you need an 81 block to get Intimidator. So if you like 6'4" or 6'5", you cannot reach 81 block no matter what. So you can't really have a 6'5" lockdown no more because with no Intimidator, that's like kind of one of the main badges you need. So I think the best ones are 6'6" if you want the fastest you can get with Intimidator, which is like 90 speed, like 90 acceleration, which is fast enough. I mean, that's pretty much all you need. Or you could go for the big lock with like hella badges. It's a 6'7" power forward that I made, and the badge layout's like insane. Yeah, I mean, I think those are the two best locks. Depends if you want more speed or you want more badges, but.
And you said you were up late last night, Wolf, playing. I'm curious, which build were you playing last night?
Yeah, so I keep going back and forth. Like I would use a small forward one and play a more aggressive and like full court press because the bump in this game is like really, really OP. And if you have stick and like could stay in front of the guard, you could literally cause an 8-second violation by yourself single-handedly, which is pretty impressive. But in the 6'7", when I was on that one, the last couple games I played, I just couldn't get that full court bump. I had to take a few steps back to try to meet him like at free throw line or like at half court. But I could feel the badge difference like on offense. Like I felt like I was dunking more and have more badges, which is nice. So it's tough. Like I'm not sure which one's better yet. But I'm still labbing both. But I think those are the two probably most meta lock builds you could make right now.
Everyone watching right now might be wondering, are we going to see your lock build on this channel, Wolf?
Yeah, no, of course. I'm always here to share the knowledge with everybody. So,
all right, guys, you heard it here first. That'll be coming soon. Another one from Ulzi. What are your thoughts on bigs this year? Do you think everyone will have some aspect of shooting or not?
Bigs, yeah. I mean, bigs are good. The thing is, like, if you make a popper, you have to be 6'9", which is kind of short for center. Because if you make a 6'10" center or above, like you get like these jump shots that are super slow, and like they take away half the bases now. Like, for example, like if you're a big, if that 6'10", you can't have Dwayne Wade base or 98. Like you have to have like Dirk Nowitzki or like some weird like and it's like really slow. So I've seen a couple players really play well with poppers that are 6'9". I mean, it gives you another dimension of the offense, but I do feel like the court is very small and a lot of players are 6'7". So not really much you can really do with a pop. I think an inside center is better personally, like taller one with, many more badges for finishing and defense. Probably suits better for Pro-Am this year.
Another one here. Are sharps even a thing in next gen?
Everybody's a sharp, right?
Yeah, everybody has a 93 ball and 15 shooting badges or whatnot. So
how do you feel the balancing is so far, Wolf? Do you like it? Because it seems like they've tried to listen and make the changes. For example, slower jump shots on bigs that you just outlined.
Yeah.
That's a change that feels like it's going in the right direction, but do you think it's actually changing the way the game is being played?
I think I kind of like how everybody could kind of do everything now, to be honest, because me personally coming from a corner player like a lockdown or a power forward, like, the past 2 years, I could just spot up and shoot. I mean, that's pretty much all I could do on offense, which is kind of frustrating at times. But now, I mean, anybody could take the ball and make a play or whatnot, which I think is good. I think it's good for the balance of the game and competitive, makes it more competitive. But I would say like the contact kind of needs to be toned down. Everybody gets contact. Guards are dunking on centers with 30 defensive badges. I had this idea. I was talking with a couple of players are like, since everybody has like a 95 driving dunk, 99 driving dunk, why did they come out with like a defensive badge that could like limit contacts?
Right.
Like anti-poster or something, because I mean, someone's getting dunked on every single possession in the next gen. So, some people might like that because it's more offense, more fun to watch. But I guess it could get redundant after a while.
Does that immediately makes me think, well, are we set for a 5-out year? Is this going to be another year of 5-out? Do you think it could be?
Volleyball could be meta, for sure. I've seen a couple people run it on pickups, but again, like the court is really small and it's easy to pinch and rotate and play two. But I think it's pickup. So like if you have a team that's committed to 5 out, like back doors are really really OP with lobs. So I mean you could throw some variation with cuts, stuff like that. So it's definitely viable for sure.
This is for both of you from our guy, longtime fan and longtime commenter, Daniel Masucci. How do you guys feel so far about all the trades you've seen in the 2K League this year?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I don't know what's one word to describe them, but I guess spicy. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people moving. The one that kind of surprised me the most was what type was sick. I guess I was kind of the most shocking one because I felt like I don't understand why they were a dominant team in season 3. Like why just change things, But hey, you never know what happened, happening behind the curtains. So there's been a lot of issues, but still, they were dominant on the court season 3, to be honest. So
yeah, I think that's the one that sticks out the most for me too. As soon as you asked that question from our guy Daniel, like Wolf said, 16-0, and you trade one of the most prolific centers in terms of numbers last year. It's risky, but at the same time, we know Type's an outstanding player too, and he has history with Cook and Kenny. So I'll be interested to see how it plays out. But I mean, there were a ton of blockbuster trades, and I think just because of COVID and because of having to be together for an extended period of time, I bet a lot more issues sort of arose behind the scenes than they did in the past, because usually we travel to New York. Well, if you get to go see all your other close friends in the league and mingle with them. You're not stuck with our team for 6 months, right?
Yeah.
So if you're stuck with people for that long, of course, little things are going to come up here and there. So I think that's why we're seeing so many trades. And I think there's still a lot left. I think there have been some big ones, and now we could see some little small ones as retentions come around toward the end of the month too.
What are you most looking forward to in regarding representing Team Puerto Rico in FIBA esports? Why don't you first, Wolf, for everyone that doesn't know, kind of explain what's going on with the FIBA situation and you and Jomar's involvement, and then what you're looking forward to with it.
Yeah, so the FIBA Esports Open is a 2K tournament consisted of a bunch of different countries. There's some going on right now. I think the EU is going on now. The Americas, North and South, happens I think December 18th. And that's where Team Puerto Rico's in it, Canada, USA, Guatemala, Dominican Republic. So a bunch of countries that are going to play each other in the tournament. Basically like a 2K tournament with a bunch of different countries, which is awesome. Awesome to see some international exposure for the game. My involvement is I made Team Puerto Rico. I think yesterday they announced it. So I was in tryouts all week, interviews and all that. It was really, really formal, really, really in-depth. Had a great time, met a lot of great guys, played with a lot of different talent, which I never seen or met before, and I was really impressed. And me and Joe Moore made the team. My family's really, really proud. As I'm sure Cody and Spence could attest to this. They're really, big on Puerto Rican pride. My grandmother was calling me every single day. My mom. So they're really, really proud, and I'm proud as well too. I mean, it's a really big accomplishment for me to represent Team Puerto Rico in the tournament. So I'm excited for it. I'm happy I made it. Ready to kick some butt in December. So
the question is, are the comms going to be in English or Spanish?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny when you hear us play, when we were playing tryouts and stuff, it's like a blend. Some guys speak better Spanish than English, and some guys like me speak better English than Spanish. So I'm mostly talking in English, and some guys are pretty much all talking in Spanish. But I mean, we for the most part, I would say everybody kind of understands both, which is really important, of course. So, it's like Spanglish, I guess you want to see, there's a blend. But, it's good. I had a really good time in tryouts. It was fun.
Signing off on Instagram, he's asking, when you're guarding the Curry slide, do you hold LT or just sit on the side the ball is coming to?
I always hold LT just to get bumped if they try to explode off the Curry slide. This year, and next year when I'm playing defense, I'm always up on the ball handler. I'm always smothering them, because bump is so OP. As opposed to last gen, you had to like take a couple steps back because the speed boost glitch and there was no bump steal. So it's kind of like a different mentality to have as a lockdown when you're playing this year in a next gen. You want to like be aggressive. You want to be up on with the guards and for them, dribbling is tough this year as a guard, and they lose a lot of stamina if you bump them. So being aggressive and being in their face is probably the best bet, and holding them to get the bump. So.
Cody, this might be a little answer for you. I saw this in another spot on Instagram DMs, but they're asking, is the tournament for Pacers Gaming over? And then the other question would be, hey, are we having any tournaments, draft eligibility or otherwise? On that note, what should people be focusing on if they want to make the league?
First answer is no, the tournament is not over, and that's because we aren't running a tournament like quite a few of the other teams. We noticed, I believe there are over 30 tournaments going on, and I think 7 or 8 at one time, and we thought that might just be too many for a lot of the players, and we think there are plenty of opportunities for you guys to play in those and have a chance to make the league. And we're trying to do other things with our time like this and bring you guys direct value and have our players come on and spend some time with you. So even though we're not running a tournament, you can stay tuned to all of our socials. Spencer and I try to post on Twitter, on Instagram, and our Discord channel when we see other teams running their tournaments. And I'm watching those games. I'm sure Wolf has been watching quite a few as well to scout some of the talent that's up and coming. If you didn't know, there is no combine this year. So if you want to try out for the NBA 2K League, you do have to win one of those tournaments in order to qualify. Doesn't mean we're not watching, doesn't mean we're not looking. We have the 2nd overall pick in this upcoming draft too. So it's going to be an interesting year.
And I would add to that, none of these tournaments are local. They're all online, and none of them are tryouts for that specific team. So you guys can join any of the tournaments from any of the teams. They're all going to be online. And I believe all of them are team entries, right?
Yes.
So you and 4 other guys or gals will join those tournaments for the chance to compete for a draft spot. So like Cody said, a lot of tournaments are running simultaneously, so there's plenty of opportunity out there. I would say also go check out the 2K League Twitter feed as well, because they're always promoting them. And I think they have a page on the website for all the active tournaments and signups. Wolf, do you miss Queens?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'm gonna miss Queens. That's where my family's at. Yeah, I always miss Queens. That's home. So
where are you at right now?
I'm in Cincinnati right now.
Midwest, not too far from here.
No, not too far. In 2 hours, probably.
Yeah, I think even less than that. It might only be an hour and a half. You're pretty close.
Yep.
J Money P says, "Can I run with you on 2K?"
Yeah, I mean, I'm always online playing. So shoot me a message on PlayStation or Xbox and run the park or something. Direct. I'm always in the rec too, trying to look for people. So
Tyler 12 Nelson asks, "Do you ever rage quit?"
I mean, like I quit at the end of the game to save my boost, but I wouldn't consider that rage quitting.
Season 2, we had some fiery players, and I can just remember a lot of the time they would be labbing until late, and you guys, if you lost a game, man, I would have to come back and paint the walls because sometimes chairs would be going or controllers.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't say who. There were some people who would toss some controllers across the room or throw a chair off the yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. Or slap the desk, like almost break the desk. It was, it was a really intense squad, season 2.
All right, a couple more here. Wolf, what's your favorite thing to do with teammates besides play 2K?
Oh, I mean, that's easy. I just like to hang out and kick it. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything specific. We could be watching a game, playing some Catan, some board games or something. I just enjoy hanging out with the guys, or even just hearing music, talking. That's good with me. So,
are you a Pacers fan?
Yes, I would say I'm a Pacers fan. To be honest, before I got drafted, I wasn't really didn't really have a basketball team. To be honest, I would follow basketball and watch it, but I wasn't like a diehard Knicks fan. I wasn't a Brooklyn Nets fan. I would just watch basketball. But now, I got drafted to the Pacers, and I've been in the organization for 3 years now, seeing the ins and outs. I definitely became a fan.
End on a good one for everyone. What's your jump shot in 2K?
Ooh,
jump shot in It's a Dwayne Wade base with Rudy Gay upper, and this is a little weird one, but so it's 80% Rudy Gay, 20% Andre Iguodala, just because I like the arc. So, his shot is like a rainbow. I don't, I'm pretty sure you guys seen him shoot, but he has like a huge arc. It's like kind of like Larry Bird, but it's like more smooth. So I throw a little bit of Iguodala in there just to get the arc.
100% speed too. Fastest.
Actually, I play 75%.
Okay.
I've been using that current gen, and I don't know. I just got so used to it. So
if it works, it works.
Yeah, I mean, because D-Wade's fast enough already, so don't really need the 100 speed. I mean, if you want to, you could go for it. But I'm just more comfortable with 75%. And if they close out, I put the ball on the floor and just dunk on them. So
right there you go.
Hey, shot stick or button?
Oh, button for sure. But when I'm dunking, shot stick all the time.
We'll have some more videos come out about settings and then all that jump shot and what Wolf's full recommendations would be and why he chooses what he chooses. But for now, I think that's it for this video, guys. Wolf, appreciate you having you around. Appreciate having you around. I can't talk for this Mountain Dew Game Fuel Q&A. Thanks for everyone who submitted their questions. Wolf, why don't you close us out? Do you even remember how to do that?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty. I've done so many videos, so yeah. I mean, thank you guys for tuning in. I had a blast. Appreciate you guys having me. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment, Twitter, YouTube, everything. Just go crazy. Click on everything, and we'll be back with more videos. So,
see you guys.
See you next time, guys.